is my painting called Goldies. I will be going over some historical and contemporary artworks along with techniques that influenced and inspired me to create this design. Many of the artworks I create deal with animals and spiritual meanings. By experiencing these two koi fish at the botanical garden, I thought it would be nice to paint them because of their unique golden glow. I started my idea diagram thinking about the time I had at the botanical garden when I went to check out the different species of orchid flowers. I walked along a pathway and stumbled across these creatures with my sister, and I thought it would be a great memory to have. I wanted to know about the meaning behind a koi fish and why they are always in fancy areas. So I found out the meaning is good luck, strength, and perseverance. The Japanese bred koi fish, and they were prized in collections of royal families and immortalized in royal artworks. Sheila Wolk has a blending technique that is used to create realistic fairies, mermaids, and angels mixed with some botanical elements. I enjoy her work because she uses symbolism to point out her emotions in some paintings. Sheila Wolk has a great sense of form and texture, which is what I wanted to bring into this painting. I always try to incorporate as many elements and principles of design to pursue clear and cohesive art forms. In the beginning process, I like to utilize the technique used in the Impressionism movement. Claude Monet has a painterly style that he incorporates into his paintings, made with limited detail and emphasis in movement and visual brushstrokes. With limited detail, I start off using this style to point out where the colors will be and how the blending process will look like through the brush strokes. I used this photo of the koi fish I took at the garden and started with light shades of color using the Impressionism technique. So when building up the image, it would be easier to draw out the smaller details and create a sense of balance and contrast with the color. I wanted to practice the optical mixture technique. The reference I used for this was the artist George Seurat, who practiced with adjacent colors to change the perception of color with the increase of distance. The closer you get to an image, the more you can see the different colors incorporated into the painting. As you see here, I have added some red against the blue water that gives the effect of a shadow for contrast against the figure. A modern artist I found named Devin Ellie has a fantastic way of incorporating a fantasy touch with animals using digital media painting. She brought me the idea about how I should pay attention to line work in order to create a visual pattern for texture and a three-dimensional figure. I also studied the use of shadow and light to create effective values. I needed a sense of movement, so I used a repeated line work made to curve in as flowing through water that faded towards the end to blend in with the background, producing a transparent effect. I also used line work to include a scaly texture for the body of the fish. The lines start off thick at the bottom and then fade up towards the top, getting smaller and lighter. By studying this image by Devin, you can see on the feathers how her line work goes from darker and thick lines to lighter and thin lines. The technique of light that she uses creates this glowing effect by painting bright white lines. I usually do this with most of my paintings because I like the emphasis of light against the forms under a black light, giving a glow-in-the-dark color.